What's up, Starcraft fans? Blizzard released an update on the co-op missions, and I'm here to give you my thoughts on them. So there are two commanders that they will update, well, two and a little bit of the third. So technically three, but anyway. The first one will be about Stukov, the infested dude, the infested former UED commander, UED Vice Admiral. So let's go through it. Stukov, ex-Vice Admiral of the UED, is the first commander we are looking at in the next round of reworks. As we have previously hinted, our primary focus will be to rein in the power of bunkers slightly, while promoting interesting and powerful ways to use some of Stukov's mechanical options. A note here is, he clearly mentions, rein in the power of bunkers slightly. Take note of that, he said slightly. Alright? So, let's go through it. Infested bunker. Infested bunker cost increased from 350 minerals to 350 minerals. That's fine. That's gonna make it expensive. That's gonna make it take longer to max out, but it's fine. But this is the kicker, though. This is not slightly. All right, this is a huge nerf. Infested bunker supply increased from 4 to 6. So they really want to decrease the effectiveness of bunkers, because I did a little math. Currently, you can max out as Stukov on most maps. If you don't take your expansion gas, you can max out at 38 bunkers. With this change, that'll drop right down to 25 bunkers. Imagine, from the power of 38 bunkers and 38 infested troopers per 24 seconds down to 25. That's enormous. That's huge. That is not a slight. That is not a slight nerf. Come on, that's enormous. While there are many powerful units in co-op, very few check as many key boxes as infested bunkers. That is true. Infested bunkers are not only very powerful, but also cost efficient, supply efficient, durable, and versatile. While we generally try not to nerf existing strategies, we feel that infested bunkers are an outlier and require extravagant mech buffs in order to get them in the same ballpark. For that reason, we've decided to here it is again, guys. Slightly decrease the unit's cost efficiency and supply efficiency. That is nowhere. That is not. Come on, who are you fooling? That is not slight. All right. I mean, you can call it what it is. A huge nerf. Just don't call it slight. Come on. What do you think we are? Anyway, so they're really raiding in the bunkers here. Let's not sugarcoat it. It's a huge nerf, not a slight nerf. Come on. 13 whole bunkers is what you're calling slight. That is not slight. Come on. Infested Diamondback. Infested Diamondback cost decreased from 225,100 to 225,75. This is good. It's a 25% cost reduction. That means we're gonna be able to make more Diamondbacks when we go that strategy. Not sure if this is good enough to compensate. They clearly said that promoting interesting, powerful ways to use them. Where is that? Where is that? Oh yeah, here it is. Extravagant mech buffs in order to get them in the same ballpark. Really? 25 gas is what you call extravagant? Come on. Come on. Infested Diamondback range increased from 7 to 8. This is in the right direction. This is a step in the right direction. However, this will not make you outrange Ravens, Carriers, Tempests, or Vipers. So those will still be a pain in your backside when you use infested Diamondbacks against them. They're better, but still not good enough to reach those really annoying units at the back. So if I were to make a suggestion, increasing it to 9 or 10 would be a lot better than 8, because 9 I believe is what you need to reach the Vipers. Also, Liberators, yeah, you need more range against those to outrange them and to fight them without, you know, getting shot at. Or micro better, yeah, that's also an option. You can always draw them into a better spot, but come on. If you're gonna do the draw them into a better spot game, you're gonna get outkilled because your enemy can steal your kills as you're drawing them in. That's probably what will happen at least. Fungal Snare can now be cast on heroic units. Duration on heroic units is 2.5 compared to 10 for non-heroic units. That's fair. That's fair. At least you have an option against heroic units now. You can use infested Diamondbacks against motherships and those Lokis, those giant battle cruisers. So that's good. That's good. We reduced the gas cost on infested Diamondbacks to allow them to have allow them to have them be less of a gas train. Man, this is to have them be. We reduce the gas cost on the infested Diamondbacks to have them be less of a gas train, and allow them to be more of a backbone unit for mech-only play. I don't know, man. I'd still rather go mass siege tanks if I were you. We've increased the range so they can be more effective in their ability to kite enemy units. Nah, I would say that 9 or 10 is a better range for their anti-air attack. Finally, we're allowing heroic units to be snared, albeit for a much shorter duration, such that you won't need a specialized counter for small numbers of heroic units such as the bonus of Rift's core hull. For more dedicated solutions to air threats, however, we recommend a slightly different air. Okay, this is fair. If they're gonna recommend a different unit, let's give it a chance. Infested Liberator cost decreased from 150 to 125. Again, this is what you call an extravagant. Oh, misclicked. This is what you call an extravagant mech buff? No, not really. It's still quite expensive. I mean, it's gonna take a lot of gas, and you'll most likely be gas starved if you went for a lot of Liberators, because the ratio of metal to gas is about 3 to 1. So you'll need a lot more. You need a lot better ratio than this. 150, I don't know. 150, 100 is still quite gas intensive. 150, 75 is better. 150, 75 is better. Not 150, 125. That's still gonna cost you a lot of Liberator, or that's still gonna cost you a lot of Liberators to get to where you need to be. Yeah, these things cost a lot of gas. The Cloud Dispersal upgrade has been reworked. After they are upgraded, an infested Liberators, okay, will launch itself at an enemy target, turn itself into a swarm cloud, and stay in swarm cloud form until no enemies are in the area, or until no enemy units in the area are taking damage. Okay, infested Liberators will be controllable in cloud form and no longer return to the original location after they are done attacking. Okay, so they no longer warp back or something, they no longer zoom back. Damage reduction in swarm cloud form has been reduced from 90% to 85%. Okay. I mean, to be honest, I haven't really used Liberator, so I'll have to give them a try to understand what these really mean. After the Cloud Dispersal upgrade, weapon period decreased from 6 to 1. Okay, so they're gonna attack faster. That's good. This is good. 6 to 1. Weapon period decrease. That's good. That's really good. That's really good. But again, the limiting thing here is it still costs too much gas. You're gonna need a mineral dump for Stukov, and I'm afraid if you make bunkers, it'll be too much. It'll cost too much. Anyway, after the Cloud Dispersal upgrade, damage period decreased from 0.6 to 1, or damage period increased from 0.6 to 1. Okay, that's a again, I'll have to test that. First, we reduced the gas cost to reduce gas strain on Stukov's mech play. Not enough, in my opinion, not enough. Needs to be more. In addition, a common complaint about the infested Liberator was that it felt clunky to use and often overkilled enemy targets. I wouldn't know. I don't use Liberators. I only use good units. This was partially due to the Liberator's very long cooldown and tendency to attack the same targets. We've reworked the infested Liberator upgrade attack completely so that the player has more control Okay, this is good. This is good. I like this. I like this idea. Again, I don't use Liberators much, so I'll have to test them out when they get released. But so far, this looks promising. And the fact that they're controllable in cloud form, that might be good. And because the infested Liberator will be in swarm cloud for much more consistently, we've tweaked some numbers to temper its power level. Okay, let's move on. Infested Banshee now gains +2 damage, or +2 range when cloaked. This is the same benefit previously granted to Reign of Banshees, but we hope Infested Banshees can use them in a different way. Because Infested Banshees are much more durable and can regenerate their energy quickly. This will allow them to more consistently keep their additional range. Okay, range is not that big of a deal, but if you can give them the area damage, that will be massive. Area damage is not something that Stukov Air has a lot of. I mean, versus air, yeah, the cloud dispersion will be good, but against the ground, you need splash damage versus ground. And I don't think the range is enough. You'll still lose a lot of Banshees if you engage directly, and if you don't micro well. The issue is that infested Banshees also tend to clump up, and it's hard to single out a single one that's hurt and pull it back and burrow them. That's the strategy, at least. If a Banshee is hurt, just pull it back and burrow it, so it regains its health. But not sure that the range upgrade will be enough. I'll test it out. I can't really pass off a judgment on this yet since I haven't tested it. Brood Queen movement speed increased from 2.5 to 3.75, so they'll die faster, since they'll fly straight to the enemy. Brood Queen acceleration increased from 1.375 to 3. Yeah, they'll die faster. Brood Queen life regeneration increased. Okay, this is good. They'll regen faster. That's good. Ocular symbiote duration increased from 60 seconds to 180. I think this is completely useless, only because co-op is not 1v1. You don't need vision of what the enemy is doing, since they'll do the same thing every game. I think this one is pointless to have. Unless, you know, you want to get vision for the Apocalypse or something, or the Alexander, but I don't really think this is that useful. What would I use enemy for? I could just attack into them and predict when the enemy waves will arrive. That's a much better option, in my opinion, than seeing what the enemy does. I don't know. Unless you really like map vision, so that'll be good for you, I guess. But for me, I don't think it's that useful. Ocular symbiote now increases CO2 vision by 5. In addition to its current functionality, I guess more vision is always good. More vision is always good, but by how much? Not really by much. Because enemies don't tend to retreat. They just tend to attack into you until they die. So again, how useful is this? Not much. Spawn Broodling's ability reworked. Instead of instantly killing a target, it will deal 300 damage to a target and spawn 2 Broodlings when that target dies. This ability can now be cast on massive and heroic units. So they'll be like half of a Mind Blast of a Descendant. Only I don't think it can be used against air units, so the Queens will still be an anti-ground. Players have described Brood Queens as clunky. That's not how you fix it. That's not how you fix it. You're just gonna make them fly even faster into their deaths. I disagree with this. I disagree with the way you fix the clunky thing. We've made some improvements to its overall usability. Make them tankier. Make them tankier. That's what I would suggest. Oculus and base duration, versatility, and spawn boost versatility. Again, not really sure how much better it will be. Spawn. I mean, it's called Spawn Broodling, not Mind Blast. Make it Spawn Broodlings in addition to 250 damage, regardless of whether it kills the enemy or not. That'll be better. And the better thing is that it will draw enemy aggro into that unit for other splash options such as siege tanks. Yeah, make it spawn Brutalisk regardless of whether it kills the enemy or not. Players, yeah, same thing. Morph to Overseer requirement change from infested. Oh, this is good. Oh man, this is really good. I don't need a starport anymore to get to Overseer tech. I just need a factory. I mean, I'll still have them delayed, but the fact that they'll be at factory tech, so that's less gas overall. I mean, I usually never have trouble with gas as Stukov anyway, but with the recent changes, I might need to go for gas units even more. I'll need to add even more siege tanks. Yeah, I'm just saying it. I'll need more siege tanks. I still don't see Stukov's other options as that good. I'll still rely heavily on siege tanks probably. In addition to bunkers, I'll have fewer bunkers and more siege tanks. This is good. This is good, but I mean, missile turrets are still earlier since I build my engineering bay at the same time as I build my barracks. So turrets are still a faster option, but yeah, let's move on. Fix the bug with the Apocalypse cooldown mastery is also so you guys nerfed the Apocalypse. Now this is a huge thing because the Apocalypse at 330 is what I used to deal with the initial or with the first attack wave. So this is big. Yeah, the fact that I will now have to pick between using my Broodlings to expand and use my Broodlings to defend. That might be a nerf. That might be a big nerf. I guess the first wave of infested could help out, but they don't really do that much unless you get a really lucky spawn on the infested. Yeah, that's gonna give Stukov quite a big hit. This is an underrated big nerf because the first Apocalypse is what you use to kill the first attack wave while you're expanding using your infest structure. Fix the bug with Alexander cooldown mastery. Yeah, same thing. Apocalypse initial cooldown. Okay, this is fair. This is fair. Okay. 60 seconds off the initial cooldown. This is big. Okay. This offsets the cooldown mastery quite a bit. So I like it. I like it. Okay. This is fair. Decrease from 300 to 240. So they basically just counteracted it. It's still later by 30 seconds, but at least it's on par with stuff like Kerrigan, with the Duskwings, with the Aries. So yeah, it's fair. It's fair. But Shadow Guard is still faster for Warzone. Alexander cooldown mastery increase from -2 seconds to -3 seconds. Ooh, this might make it more compelling to have more Alexanders, because I'm not sure if I'll make Liberators as my go-to play. If I can get more Alexanders, that might be huge. Fix the bug that was making Stukov cooldown. Yeah, it's now in line with other commanders' cooldowns. Yeah, this is what I was saying. This is what I was saying. Fix the bug where the second and third charges of infrastructure will not reach their cooldown as intended. Infrastructure cooldown mastery increased from 1 second. What was this? What was it going up against? Volatile infested? I'm not sure. I think I still like Volatile infested, since if you set your mastery to infest structure, you'll have no Volatile infested, and that takes away a lot of your splash options. I still like Volatile infested in this case. We fixed a bug that would that would very often set the cool up for the second and third charges of infest structure from the 10 to 90 seconds to 180 seconds. Not only will this offset some of the early game power lost by a slightly later potential Apocalypse, but it will also make the newly improved infest structure cooldown more attractive. Okay, but I don't know. From my experience, using the infest structure doesn't really do much. It just draws some enemy fire, but I guess it's good for breaking rocks, but apart from that, it just really kind of distracts the enemy, delays them. It delays them a little bit, but not really kills them. So yeah, I think I'll still want the the Volatile infested spawn chance for this one. Volatile infested damage per weapon upgrade increased from +4, +5, or basically from +9 to +12. Yeah, I'll definitely want more Volatile infested. You buff the Volatile infested? I'll take them. I'll still take them. Infested Diamondback damage bonus per weapon upgrade increased from +2 to +5 versus armored. That's good. That's good. That'll make him even better. Okay, this is good. This is good. Okay, this helps out in the if you add this to the current buffs, I think that might be good. Increasing their damage output is always better. Infested damage bonus per weapon upgrade decrease from +. Why? Why nerf Banshees? I want you to give them splash, not takeaway damage. What is the point? Does anyone use Banshees? Are Banshees overused? Why? if anyone in the comment section knows why Blizzard will want to nerf Banshee damage upgrades, let me know. I don't see why. Apocalypse damage bonus weapon upgrade increase from +1. Okay, Apocalypse damage buff, that's good. Upgrade bonuses were tweaked so that they're more consistent. That's it. Okay, there's something else. There's another upgrade. There's another part of Stukov that I want Blizzard to buff, and that is creep spread rate. On larger maps like Part and Parcel and Mile Warfare, it takes way too long for Stukov's creep to spread to where you want it to spread. So I've made two. I think there are two ways that Blizzard can go about this. First is to give a straight buff. Give a straight buff to Stukov's creep spread rate, or give an upgrade that improves Stukov's creep spread rate. I wouldn't mind spending early minerals and gas to have faster creep spread on larger maps. And the second one, have the creep spread in the direction of your infested colonist compound rally. For example, if I rally my infested north, the creep spread will go in that direction. If I rally it west, the creep will spread west. I think that's an elegant solution to where you get the creep spread to where you want it to spread. Especially on larger maps, I think it'll be quite useful. So yes, that is Stukov. Now let's go to Dahaka. In our lineup of revamps to Dahaka, the big T-Rex of the co-op family. Oh, next up in our lineup of revamps is Dahaka, the big T-Rex of the co-op family. We believe Dahaka is a satisfying hero to control. You got that right. But we are sharpening and improving some of his unit roles to make him a more well-rounded commander overall. Okay. Primal Zergling attack damage increased. Oh, that's good. This is good. It'll make them more effective. That'll make them take down rocks faster. That's awesome. That's an awesome upgrade. Primal Roach life regeneration rate while burrowed increased from 5 to 10. I don't know, man. I micro Dahaka heavily when I play him, and I'm not sure I'll have time to micro roaches to borrow micro roaches to really use this upgrade. Especially since I don't use a lot of roaches either way. Muscular augments research cost increased from 150 to, or decreased from 150. This is good. Hydro speed, okay. I mean, I don't really use Hydros, but I guess it'll be good for example, if you're level 1 and you don't have Mulisks yet. This is good. This is good. Brutal charge research decreased from 100 to 50. Okay, I'll take that. Oh, this is good. Primal Orchalisk HP increased from 500 to 625. This is huge for Dahaka. This is gonna make him, for example, tank an additional 3 self-destructions. This will make him tank damage overall better, but that'll just make them weaker to Black Death and that kind of mutator. So yeah, primal units were designed as a stopgap on the way to powerful units rather than as a core part of every army. That said, we'd like to make small improvements in some weaker basic units that make sense. Well, it does make sense. It's just I don't know, kind of pointless in my opinion. Unless you're a low level Dahaka, for example, if you're just gonna buy Dahaka now and you'll start level 1, these upgrades are gonna be helpful because they're the only that's available. But for higher level, for example, if you're mastery level 90, yeah, you're not gonna really feel these. Except this. This one's really good. I really like this one. This is gonna help you break down your rocks faster. So I'm all in favor of that one. Revasor. Ravasaur. The dissolving acid upgrade now increases the Ravasaur's bonus damage versus armored to 15. Wow. I like this. Ooh. Ooh. 50 up to this is huge. You triple their damage output. Maybe I can use these. I can use these in my early game. Especially versus armored units like bunkers, immortals, colossus, Thors, siege tanks. I could use these. Enlarged parotid glands upgrade now increases the Ravasaur's movement speed. Ooh, I like this. Okay, I'm liking the Ravasaur upgrade. I might make more of them. Just to see. I'll definitely test out all of these, but I'll definitely. I'm liking the Ravasaur upgrade so far. This is gonna help me, especially versus Terran, and I'll talk more about that later on. Primal igniter life regeneration. Again, I don't really use a lot of primal igniters. I'd rather use Dahaka himself, since he has that big fire thing, you know, and that big magic fart when he eats a psionic unit. I think that's still a better option than these primal igniters, although they will help on maps like Dead of Night, I suppose. But by default, I'll go to Dahaka Splash. But again, niche unit. So yeah, I guess that's good overall. I mean, buffs are always good. If you're the one getting buffed, that is. Impaler tenderized damage increase. Ooh, double the damage. That might make them more compelling. Reduces Dahaka's devour cooldown time. Ooh. Okay, I might use impalers if they'll reduce the devour cooldown by 75. Ooh. Okay. This is really good. I'm gonna be able to use the devour faster and kill units instantly, even if I use them on things like hybrids. 75%. That's massive. Slightly realist damage decreased from 1862 to 1452. Okay. Provides 100% increased damage versus air. And that's fine. I mean, the Mutalisk is really strong, so it makes sense that they're buffing our units, but the primal hosts are still really good, I think. I think even with these slight nerfs, Mutalisk will still be the best option for Dahaka. Though these are the ones really sound compelling now. Impaler sounds good for hybrids and other massive units. See, for Ravasaur sounds good for armored. I like these changes. Tyrannosaurus now benefit from the healing adaptation upgrade. Ooh, I like this. I'm gonna have full health Tyrannosaurus every time I enter combat. I might make more Tyrannosaurus. Okay, I like this change. Oh, this is the one that I like best. So, one of the reasons I hate going up as Terran versus Dahaka is because they don't have any psionic units. Aside from the Ghost, that's their one psionic unit. Nothing else. Now, they're changing it. So Ravens and Science Vessels, and also the Brood Queens, will now be psionic units. That means when I devour them, I'll get a magic fart around Dahaka, which deals damage to everything around it. This is a step in the right direction, but let's read this first. One of Dahaka's coolest and most powerful traits is his ability to explode enemy psionic units. However, while Protoss psionic enemies are plentiful, Terrans are quite lacking. Yep. Therefore, in order to balance one of the enemy races a bit more, we've increased the number of potential psionic threats you can devour. Well, I would add medics to this list. Medics and medevacs. because they also use energy, and I think they're good use to devour for Dahaka. The medic in particular, because it's also low health, like the sentry. Think of the medic as a sentry basically. The Protoss has sentries and infestors, so those are low health units that Dahaka can devour to generate a magic fort. And they come around, and they come every wave, or in every base, I suppose. So there's an option. There's even more options for Dahaka. I think I would suggest medics to also receive the psionic tag. The current HP increase is good. Buffs always good. Greater spiked hide, return damage. Okay, double the damage. Okay, I like that. I like that. As the final pack leader of Dahaka's tech tree, we feel the Krun needs some love. He definitely does. He's definitely underwhelming compared to both Glevig and Mervar. So I'm glad to see upgrades to the Krun. We'd like to bring the Krun closer to levels of Brethren. To focus on what makes him unique, his ability to tank damage and return it. Okay, I like this. The Krun buff? Good. Devour buff duration mastery increased from 1% to 3%. I don't know. Buff duration I still like the Dahaka slapping speed because it increases the base damage, and really what buff duration mastery is what I really want. I mean the movement speed is nice, but I don't know, slapping speed is still good for early game damage. I guess the armor buff, or the massive buff where you return damage whenever you take it, is also good. So I guess this will be good. For example, if you're on a map like Dead of Night or Minor Evacuation where there are lots of aberrations, you can devour an aberration with a devour buff duration mastery and return enemy fire a lot better, or a lot longer, triple the duration. So I guess this is good if you're on those maps where there are lots of massive units. Greater primal worm cooldown mastery increased from 1% to 1.5%. I forgot what mastery this was going up against. I'll have to check. Gene mutation chance mastery. Well, oh, I think this one was going up against the pack leader duration. Yeah, no, I still like the pack leaders. The fact that they deal so much damage, especially if you use Glevig. If you use Glevig actively, you'll gain much more value out of Glevig alone than from all the primal worms you summon. Period. So that's not even counting Mervar and the Krun. Just Glevig alone will outdamage all the primal worms you summon. So yeah, no bueno for this one. Gene mutation chance. I forgot what mastery this was going up against. Gene mutation chance. I'll have to check. Neutral targets are just they're buffing rock slapping, guys. They're buffing rock slapping. This is amazing. All right, okay. If you want to buff that, that's fine. Gains high. He can also damage civilians when he leaps. So yeah, he'll definitely be a giant monster. He's basically really Godzilla now. Dahaka gains high ground vision upon hitting level 10. Okay, high ground vision. That's good. That's good. Primal wardens and primal hives are no longer. Oh, thank you. This was a big issue for me. Whenever I expand this Dahaka, since I sometimes hit the all army key accidentally, and I summon my primal ward to the front and get killed. So that's definitely something I don't want to have happen. This is good. Units in primal combat now have a rally button and ability. Okay. Okay, I can rally the well, I don't think it's much of a buff, since I usually have them run to the front anyway using the all army key, but this is nice. I mean, more options is always nice. Impaler damage bonus per weapon upgrade increased from +9 to +10. Good. I like it. Oh, they nerfed Guardians. That's a bummer. Dahaka's cooldowns now benefit from both. Oh, okay. I like it. I like this one. The Guardian nerf hurts a little bit, but I guess it's fine. I'll just need more anti-air. We've also included assorted quality of life changes because we're taking a look. Okay. Okay. Oh, finally they're buffing Alarak. Finally. Alarak is one of the most frustrating commanders to use because his damage output is so slow. And his movement speed, his army movement speed is so slow. And you have to babysit your best unit, the Ascended, until the map is basically half over. Which means you'll be playing catch up with your ally most of the time. So any buffs to Alarak are good. Mothership based damage increased from 6x6 to 38x6. Ooh, man, that's massive. They're increasing it 6 times. They're increasing the damage 6 times. I like it. Oh, that's gonna make it much more awesome. Range increased from 2 to 7? Wow. Oh, this is huge. This is huge. Okay. I like it. I like it. Fixed a bug where Alarak's mothership was getting too much damage per upgrade. Okay. So, overall, I don't like that they try to sugarcoat the bunker nerf. They're calling it a slight. Again, let me highlight the word slightly. Let me zoom in on this more. Slightly. Come on. Slightly. It's a huge nerf. Don't sugarcoat it if it's a huge nerf. Don't call it slightly. It's an enormous nerf. 13 bunkers? Yeah, it's a huge nerf. But I'm willing to give his mech options a chance. But I still think his siege tanks are by far the best anti or the best mech option. I think he'll need better Liberator. Yeah, I'll use that. But my overall thoughts, the mech options still cost too much gas. They'll need a better gas they'll need a better gas cost reduction. They'll need better gas cost reduction to be really massable. And as for Dahaka, in general I like the upgrades, I like the buffs, but something else. What really annoys me whenever I play as Dahaka, whenever I play as Dahaka versus Terran, is not that you get the only the ghosts for the magic fort. I mean, the ravens are good. Ravens and science vessels are good, but early game you cannot power up like you do versus Zerg and Protoss. If you're facing a Zerg and Protoss, just go on one of their bases and devour everything. You can't do that versus Terran because they have bunkers, and they have such low supply in those defenses that it's always harder to get essence versus Terran than it is versus Zerg and Protoss. So I'm hoping that they'll add some units there, like I don't know, SCVs, medics, something else to devour. Basically, you need more essence to Dahaka early game than what the current Terran enemies provide. So that's my overall thoughts. And wow, this video took longer than I thought. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that. Thank you for watching. I will definitely try out these buffs when they come out, and see you then.